Don't miss that. We'll be here with her, and then who else we got?
Iris is coming up.
Iris? Where's he gonna sit?
Right. I don't know.
We got Cyrus?
Yeah.
Folks, we got Cyrus coming up. We're gonna get a special. See Joey Jones doing that there? We love Joey. Pete, oh yeah, Pete Hanks says we got a loaded show for you today. Don't go anywhere. Live from the Patriot.
That sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 844-94-BIBLE. That's 844-94-BIBLE. 844-94-BIBLE.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Dan Bongino.
Gifting season is here. It's not too early to find the perfect presents like the styles every guy loves from Untuckit. Get ahead of your holiday shopping with wrinkle-free shirts, long-sleeve polos, cozy sweaters, and more. Untuckit shirts are designed to be worn untucked, so they help guys to look sharp and feel casual. That's why he'll love unwrapping one of our iconic shirts this year. Now's the time to beat the rush and find the perfect shirt at Untuckit or in over 80 stores. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
Fall is in the air, and that means fall grilling, tailgate parties, and so much more. Now is the perfect time to stock up on all this incredible flavor and take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping Omaha Steaks Friends and Family Sale. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code SIZZLE at checkout to get $30 off your order. Visit omahasteaks.com, promo code SIZZLE at checkout. Minimum order may be required.
Are you ready? Because it's about to get real. Modern Pleasure answers the questions about sex that you've always wanted to ask, but didn't. Join me, Kim K, and our resident sexpert, Dr. Jenny Schuyler, as we dive deep into combos ranging from sexual intimacy and pleasure to eye-opening sexual revelations. Hey, I want to know. And come on, admit it. You do too. Download Modern Pleasure Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
The way I describe it for people is, my dad shot himself and the bullet hit everyone in his life. It was a week before my 30th birthday, and I had this impulse to call him, but I didn't, because I thought I could call him later that week.
65 Americans a day die by gun suicide. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Dr. Gorka here, and I want to talk to you for a minute about the 100% drug-free relief factor. We all deal with aches and pains in our day-to-day lives, and I have had my fair share, including injuries like a detached quad muscle, That, I can tell you, fell into the category of really bad pain. But I've been able to manage the pain by taking Relief Factor. It helps your own body to attack and fight off sources of inflammation, the source of most of our aches and pains, and I've loved it for years now. Almost 70% of the more than 500,000 people who have tried Relief Factor end up ordering more. That's because it works for them the way it worked for me. Isn't it time for you to get out of pain? Your first step to becoming pain-free should be to order the 3-week quick starter pack for the discounted price of only $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com, call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. Feel the difference. The most informative 3 hours you'll have all day. The Dan Bongino Show.
Yeah, and it's about to be more informative, and let me tell you why. Well, if you're watching at Fox Nation at home, you know what? The great Carol Markowitz, who is a columnist for the New York Post. The New York Post has been a bastion of sanity in New York for a very long time. Carol, thanks for stopping by the show.
Thank you for having me. So nice to see you here.
Yeah, it's great to see you too. So I read your piece. It was bananas. It was so good about how masks have this magical power on kids. I want to get to that in a second. But first, I was talking before the break about this political realignment going on. And granted, yes, this election was not great. Wasn't terrible. Took the House last night. But Mark Lauder has this piece about minority voters, working class voters, how this shift is going slowly, but there's unquestionable momentum more towards the Republican side. Your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I absolutely see it. I think Republicans should have learned some really important lessons from this election, specifically about early voting and ground game. That should be the main takeaway for the party coming out of this. And obviously candidate quality matters a lot, but a lot of things that I think that they need to do are very technical things about like how to get more people to actually vote and how to get more of your people to the polls. I think the Democrats mastered it in places like Arizona, and the Republicans are just behind on it. But the fact that it's so close means that the Republicans can absolutely overcome this. There is a new alliance. There is a new alignment of voters here. I talk about this a lot, but I'm an immigrant, and obviously I'm the wrong kind of immigrant because my immigrant.
You don't count.
No, I don't count.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
But my immigrant population, like my Russian Brooklyn,
No,
not at all.
Your immigrant class.
Right.
I've got it.
Well,
I took her. She said, no, Mike, it's not official.
We vote Republican,
Yeah,
and we voted Republican. And so if you look at like how Brooklyn went for the last few elections, that whole immigrant part of Brooklyn, not just Russians, but Italian immigrants and a lot of different places, all went Republican. So what happens is immigrants come here and they want to be American, the ones who come here legally, and they don't want to go back to where they're from, and they want to participate in the culture here. And that's what you're seeing right now with the Hispanic vote. I think you're seeing people where they move on from the idea that they're from somewhere else and they just become American and they want to vote Republican, and I think this is a real shift happening.
I see that the Hispanic vote is going to be, I'm making a prediction, within a decade, it's going to be a loyal constituency to the patriotic, liberty-loving conservative movement. I see it coming. I wanted to get your thoughts on your own piece because I loved it. I saw you on Fox talking about the resurgence of mask mandates around the country, and now, in order to shame us into sticking a face diaper on our face, they're claiming somehow it's racist. And give us the story.
It fights racism. Masking fights racism.
It does.
Yeah, obviously.
It fights COVID and the flu too.
And the climate change, and it helps with the war in Ukraine.
Totally
it's got it all.
Yeah.
Their argument is that masking stops COVID spread in schools, which their study did not prove whatsoever. I cannot convey what a joke this study is. It's actually concerning because, like, how many other studies are a joke like this? I haven't been reading scientific studies my whole life. Now I know that, wow, the New England Journal of Medicine will publish a bunch of nonsense that does not prove what it sets out to prove. So they inserted the line about masking helping fight systemic racism so that the New York Times would pick up the study and run with it. And that's exactly what the New York Times did. They ran with it because, look, our people are saying something. They're on our side. They want to fight systemic racism. Look, masking helps with systemic racism. And they ran a whole piece on this nonsense study.
Now, I want to say, you lived in New York.
Yeah.
You're since relocated, correct? To the free state of Florida.
That's right.
And we love to have you.
Yeah.
Because of people like you, we won by 20 points.
That's right.
I'm from New York as well. You were in flames about these mandates when you were up in New York. The effects on your family and everything. So this isn't like some Johnny-come-lately. I got a minute left, but was that one of the main reasons you evacuated New York?
Absolutely. The COVID policies and the fact that nobody seemed to care about any of the things that were going on